Welcome back, guys. Josh here, Magic Arena. So the Ravnica Allegiance is been out, and I have not opened a box yet. So let's dive right in. Open it. We're just gonna open one. I don't see the benefit of opening two at the same time because it costs the same price, same amount of packs, and same box toppers. So I could just open one. And if I need another one, then I can open another one, and I'll still have the same amount of box toppers. I haven't seen any decks yet using the Haunt of Hightower. 6 mana for a 3/3 flying lifelink. Whenever it attacks, defending player discards a card. That's good that it doesn't have to hit the player. Just this attacking makes the defending player discard a card, and then whenever an opponent has a card put into the graveyard from anywhere, put a 1/1 counter. So this can get out of control. It is weak at the beginning, but it can get out of control very quickly. So let's do this. And 45 packs. 45. We'll open up a few at a time, and then we'll jump over and get it going. Nice. The Wilderness Reclamation. I think this enchantment is going to change the game for... I really want to build a Simic deck. That's what I want to do, and this is awesome. Then I want to build a Orzhov deck. That's what I played in the pre-release on Sunday. It was epic. It was so fun. It was 5 rounds. I played Orzhov. I should have probably played Simic with the cards I pulled, but still went with Orzhov. I had a good time. First game was a push, so it was a tie. Won the second, lost the third, won the fourth, barely lost the fifth. So it was a little heartbreaking, but came in 13th out of 28 people, and it was an epic experience. So this one, sacrifice the creature, the Pitiless Pontiff, gains death touch and indestructible till end of turn for a 2/2. Spellbreaker, nice start. 3 mana for a 3/3 Riot Trample. As long as it's your turn, you and Gruul have hexproof. That is sick. So this is your defense against the Wrath card that wipes out all attacking creatures. That is really a good start. There's some really good comments. Let's see here. I don't see anything too good. This one is 1 mana for 2/2, and if it's on your turn, gives the creature flying. That's not too bad. Collision Colossus. Man, I have a lot of these already. I think this is probably my 4th or 5th one, and I've just opened about 9 or 10 packs, I think. But this gives Trample and a 4/2 till end of turn. That is pretty good for a Gruul deck. Or take something out in the sky, which green is always good to do. Cry of the Carnarium. 3 mana, all creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Exile all creature cards from graveyards that were put there from battle this turn. If a creature would die this turn, exile it, and that is sick for 3 mana. That is awesome. And Bedevil. Destroy target artifact creature planeswalker. That for 3 mana, that is a good way. The planeswalkers this time are kind of so. Let's see if we can pull one. Essence Capture, counter target spell, but I like that for 2 mana, counter target creature spell, and you get a 1/1 creature on you control. This one, whenever a creature with 1 mana or less attacks, it deals 1 damage to target planeswalker. That can be pretty good. I'll take a rare wild card all day long. Another Palm Teeth. Look at these double packs. Growth Spiral. You need these for the Simic deck. Look at that. 2 mana, draw a card, and you can put another land in. I'm telling you. This is a pretty good card draw here. Look at the top 4 cards and put one of them in your hand. I like that it's not any specific type. Immolation Shaman. I don't know. It's going to have some play maybe, but not for me at this time. Frailed Mystic definitely going to have play in the Simic deck. 4 mana for a 3/2 flash that counters a spell. You can't go wrong. It's an awesome bang for the buck. Can also be a blocker. This one, kind of expensive. 5 mana, 4/4, remove a 1/1 counter from a creature you control. Deals 2 damage to a target creature. I don't think I'd even have that in a Gruul deck. This is amazing. Law Mage's Bindings, Flash, Enchant. Creature can't attack, block, or activate abilities. That is what I'm talking about for a good common. Just tying something down. Here we go for the Orzhov deck. 6 mana, so it's going to be later in the game, but take a look at the artwork on that. That is beautiful. Creatures you control, 1/1. Creatures opponent controls, and -1/-1. That is going to swing the whole tide of the game, especially if you're playing Orzhov. You have a lot of 1/1 flyers in the air. Bump those to 2/2 and everything. Oh, I'm telling you, this is game changing. And then on top of that, exile a card from the opponent's graveyard. It was a creature. Create a 1/1 black and white spirit creature with flying for 4 mana, and that's, you don't have to tap this or anything. So if it's in game, you could do that twice a turn. On top of that, it doesn't have to be a creature, so that if they are playing graveyard manipulation, you can get whatever their key thing is out of the game. Great rare. Allegiance is really stacking up to be a great set. Awesome. I like this card a lot. One for a 1/2, and then for a black, you're already playing white-black, can gain Death Touch till end of turn. That is not too shabby. Let's take a look here. The Basilia Bell Haunt. I did not pull this in the draft before. For 3/4, when it enters battlefield, opponent discards a card and you gain 3 life. So, starting point is going to be pretty decent, actually. So it's 5 for a 4/4 Riot Flying. You're going to pick the counter so that you can use his ability, which is deals 2 damage divided as up to 1 to 2 creatures, but you can only activate it if you have a 1/1 on it. So decent also. Let's see. I like this guy a lot. 6 mana though. It is a 3/3 flying first strike, but the opponent's creatures get -1/-1. That is really cool. And let's see, anything else that stands out so far? It's pretty cool. 2/3. Turn it into a 4/1 for 1, or give it Death Touch. So you can really trade up using the Acrobat. Syndicate Sindri. Yes, here we go. 2 mana enchantment. 3 mana. Put a 1/1 creature on target, or excuse me, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever there's more than 1 counter on the creature you control, put that many growth counters on Syndicate Sindri. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 20 or more counters, you win the game. There's a win condition for you. There's a card we can use. Clan Guild Mage. I didn't pull any Guild Mages actually, but there were some really good Guild Mage cards. This one, target creature can't block this turn. That's nice. And target land control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature and has haste. See, those are pretty powerful. I do like that. This Debtor's Transport, really expensive for a big guy, 6 mana, but it does have Afterlife too. That is Growth Chamber Guardian, so you want to put 4 of these in your Simic decks. Whenever you adapt it, you put the 1/1 counter on Growth Chamber Guardian, you may search your library for this card and put it in your hand. So you're just going to start building your little army up. Pretty decent so far. Take a Mythic anytime. Another Field Mystic. I like that. Don't like that. Pretty sure those cards came together. I used this quite a bit. 2 mana, instant, nice trick. Gives one of your creatures Death Touch, and you get a draw card. So that is important. Sphinx of the Foresight. 4/4 for 4 flying. Already awesome, especially for blue, because normally blue's about 1 mana behind the curve, so normally I would expect this to be 2 blue and 3 colorless, but it's not, so that's great. The beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. Epic, epic, epic. On top of that, if you have this in your hand when you start the game on your first upkeep, you get a scry 3. That is ridiculous. That is awesome if you play that. You're going to probably run 2 at most on that. Right here, this is great. If you want to splash it in on an Orzhov deck, because of the spirits, they gain +1 attack because they are flying, so that is really good. Love this Resolute Watchdog. For 1/3, already you're going to be able to block 2/2s right off the bat on your first turn, and you can sack it to save something. That is definitely a powerful card. Okay, so Ravnica, or is this Renegade? This one, it's a lot of text. I don't know what kind of decks I would put it in yet. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with converted mana cost greater than the number of lands that player controls. So actually, it would be good to shut down like a Simic deck that's going to be tapping for mana off creatures. So that's what this would be used for. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. So this is pretty powerful. It really is. Alright. Yes and yes. Please and thank you. I like that. Bedeck and Bedazzle. Target creature gets +3, -3 until end of turn. Destroy target non-basic land. Deals 2 damage. That is really expensive. I don't know if I'm using that. Alright, up next, another yes, that's good. And Cold Guild Mage. Target discards a card. That's not bad for 4 mana. And it just does the damage. It's going to start Spectacle. Look at that's awesome. Little Jace. Marionette. That's cool. Alright. Another cool Spellbreaker. Alright, maybe I'll be making a dual deck sooner than later. What we got going now? Gyre Engineer. This is the one. This is so important on a Simic deck. Look, 3 mana for a 1/1. Tap. Add a blue and a green mana. The Ravager Worm. There is our first mythic that we pulled. So that is awesome. 6 mana total, 2 green, 1 red, 3 colorless, 4/5 Riot. So this could be a 5/6, or you can just straight attack for a 4/5 out the gate. When it comes into play, it can attack the creature you don't control, or destroy a land with an activated ability cost. That you put the counter on it, so it's a 5/6, and it's just gonna devour something. I would like to see another one of those. Alright, next, Swirling Torrent, 6 mana. Choose one or both, put target creature on top of its library, or return target creature to owner's hand. Could save you. Doesn't really, just like a ticking time bomb, they already had it out, so. And clear the stage. Oh, this is gonna be good. Target creature gets -3, -3 until end of turn. If you control a creature with power greater than 4, you can return 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That's graveyard manipulation. This is one of the best instants in the set right here. 3 mana. Creatures you control gain indestructible till end of turn. However, if it's your turn and you use this, and you cast this spell during your main phase, put a 1/1 counter on each of those creatures, and they gain vigilance until end of turn. Talk about it's kind of like, it's almost like having a double combat in turn, because you're going to have, all you guys have vigilance, so they can attack, they're going to survive, and then they'll be ready to defend. This is an awesome card for 3. I can't stress to you how much fun the pre-release was. There's Sharkdo Crab, Fish, Octopus, Crab. What else do you need? 4/4, Adept. When you put a 1/1 counter on this, tap a target creature the opponent controls, and it doesn't untap during its next untap phase. Awesome card there. Another Clan Guild Mage there. I want to point out this one for Orzhov, 2 mana, destroy target creature. It's straight destroy target creature. That is awesome. You do have to sack 5 life, or creature or enchantment. I use this quite a bit in the tournament, and you have plenty of spirits. If everything's rolling in a good direction, you either have plenty of spirits or a lot of life. A couple times I was up over 30 life in the tournaments because of all the life gaining abilities Orzhov has. So definitely worth this being in your deck for creature removal. Alright, this one, tapping it, untap creature, add 1 mana to your mana pool. It's oh, I messed that up. That one's a really cool card. We'll have to come back to that. Jump the gun a little bit. This, I think there's going to be some really funny, not funny, but kind of like the rat decks back in the day. If you tap 4 untapped advisors, you mill the person for 12 cards. I actually won a game by milling someone, and they were not happy about it. But that is pretty cool. I would like to try out a deck with like 12 of these in it. Here's the Mirror March. This is what I was talking about. So whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, flip a coin until you lose the flip. For each flip you won, create a token that's the same as the creature. Those tokens gain haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. Jeez Louise, that is... that's going to be fun. That'll be worth playing. Well, and it's on back. I don't think it'd go far, but it'd be fun playing it. Syndicate Guild Mage. I did not have this. I wish I had. Tap target creature with power 4 or greater. It keeps things locked down. Definitely. Or you can do 2 damage to target opponent and Planeswalker. Depose. Deploy. Create 2 1/1 Thopters. You gain 1 life for each creature you control, or tap target creature and draw a card. Yeah, not too good, not too bad. That's Electro Dominance. This is going to change the game for red burn decks, I'm telling you. 2 mana and X. Deals X damage to any target. You may cast a card with converted mana cost X or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. This is crazy. You could cast this and then another spell, like another direct damage. You could play a creature and it's at instant speed. You could cast this as your opponent's attacking and zap something and then put a huge blocker into play that's going to kill their second runner-up. This is game changing. So excited to get that. Gate classes. Oh, here is this Guild Mage. Gain 2 life. Never too bad. Draw a card, then discard a card. Never too bad. Stony Strength. 1 green. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Untap that. That is really powerful for 1. Do it on the opponent's turn. They weren't expecting it, and then it's 1/1 higher than they were expecting. This I used in my Orzhov deck, and that's how I got so much life. When you stack something for Afterlife or block or however you get rid of it, you're getting 1 life every time a creature comes into play. This was vital in the deck I was playing. Steeple Creeper, 4/2 for 3 that could have flying. Not too bad. And then Gate Colossus. I think there's going to be some really interesting Gate decks. They came out with some really cool Gate cards. Like there's an Angel that gains life. There is a direct damage spell that is for every gate you have. It's going to do damage to everything. So it costs 1 less for each gate you control. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, so they're not going to be able to stack block it. And whenever a gate enters the battlefield under your control, you can put a Gate Colossus from your graveyard on top of your library. So it's going to be a pretty powerful card. I would like to build just a fun toying around deck. The scales. This was my rare epic that was in my box. She did work. Not gonna lie, she did work. It was awesome. I do wish she was a 4/4, but 4/3 for 4 mana for a 4/3 flying with Afterlife 2, and you give her Death Touch and Vigilance. She was a great addition. Okay, so this guy, I used him quite a bit. He won me a game. He is a little expensive. I'm not going to say he's not. 7 for a 4/4, but he has Afterlife 3, which is huge. So that means you're going to make 3 1/1 flyers when this guy dies. And you can sack another non-token creature. So you can't sack him. I learned this to make sure all the rules. You can't sack him, but you can sack another creature, and that's going to create a 1/1 spirit flying token. So you sack it, and then you're going to gain a life off that guy. And then I had the vampire that every time you lose a creature, it deals 1 damage to the opponent. That's how I ramped my life up so well. It was pretty good. This is a really good spell. 3 mana for counter target spell, and it mills the top 3 cards. I do like that for a combo. Hero of the Precinct 1. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 1/1 human token creature. I think it could be good. I haven't not seen it played yet, but it could be. 2 cards here. Let's stand out. One is this thing is a 5/5 for 4, and it can't be blocked by more than one creature, which is awesome. So no stack blocking this guy. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, destroy an artifact or an enchantment. So, I mean, there's so many powerful enchantments out there. I feel this is pretty good. I didn't see this played at all, honestly. 2 for a 2/1. Gain control of target creature with power 3 or less until end of turn. Untap that creature, gains haste. Spill it anytime you can. Okay. Take control of. And then I do think that she's expensive, being that she's only a 3/3. Almost every time I did use her being able to block an additional creature, it was great that she could block another creature, but I wish she had like Afterlife 2. I saw this used. This is bloody expensive, not gonna lie. That is just, I mean, you're at 4, so you'd have to spend 6 to get 1 creature, 8 to get 2 creatures, 10 to get 3 creatures. I mean, that's really pricey. I don't see that getting played too often. But I could be wrong. I do like this. Eyes everywhere. Beginning your upkeep, scry 1, and then you can exchange control of eyes everywhere. And target non-land permanent. Activate this ability anytime you cast sorcery, and then just pray your opponent's not using a blue deck. You would know that ahead of time, of course, but Carnival and Carnage deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker and 1 damage to that permanent controller. It's only 1 though. Or 4 deals 3 damage to target opponent. That player discards 2 cards. That's not bad for 4 mana. Stomping Ground, Shock Land. Yes, I think that's our Forward-Frilled Mystic. I like that. Look, it is same. That is so weird. Are you guys having the same thing? That you're pulling the same uncommons together? Quench. I do like Quench. Pretty good. Another Ravnica. Guild Mage, Laughter, Amplifier. I don't know. It's gonna be one of those. I don't know. I don't think we'll see too much play on this. 4 mana for 1 warrant. At the beginning of upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Until your next turn, amplifies base power, becomes twice the card's power, and base toughness becomes twice that of the toughness. Put revealed cards on the bottom of your library in any random order. It's just too random. I would not be. I like this guy. Not that he's that good. I'm just saying he's pretty cool. Crab, Turtle, Crocodile. 6/6. Someone did rock this, and this guy tore me up because it was a 9/9. It was nuts. Alright. Consecrate and consume. Exile target card from graveyard. Draw a card. Target player sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. You gain life equal to it. The Year of Horrors. I do have another copy of this. I played it in the sealed draft here on Arena, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty much doubling up your draw capabilities every single turn. As long as you can do a damage, then you're going to be able to use those cards. If you have like Ill-Gotten Gains out, this is a perfect combo because that's going to do 1 damage every turn to the opponent. So I would definitely roll with that. Let's open up 10. Pestilent Spirit. I like that a lot because it's Menace, Death Touch for 3/2, and instant sorcery spells you have. This is going to be great in red decks so that even that shock is going to kill whatever it is. That is cool. Absorb. Counter target spell, you gain 3 life. Mythic. Love that. Thrash and Threat. Target creature control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. I do like that for 2. Or create a 4/4 Trampled Beast. And rare, this is what we're looking for. Incubation Druid. So it's 2 mana for 0/2. Add a mana of any type of land you control to produce. If Incubation Druid has 1/1 counter on it, add 3 mana. Talk about ramping up your mana. That is insane. So, key to a Simic deck. This is also good. When it enters battlefield, if you control another creature with 1/1 counter on it, draw a card. great. 4/4/4/4. And each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it, it has trample. So good night. This is not a good card, I don't think. Gutter Bones is laughable. I mean, it's 1 for 2/1, comes into battlefield tapped. You can keep bringing it back from the graveyard, but it comes in tapped. And this is cool too. Counter target activated or triggered ability, or create a token creature that's target creature you control for 3. So you replicate Incubation Druid, you're rolling in mana. You got 2 creatures tapping for 6. Whew. So we need the familiar. That's what we're looking for the Simic deck. I love the art on that. Bankrupt in Blood. As an additional cost, sacrifice 2 creatures, draw 3 cards. If you need to do it, you need to do it. Judith the Scourge Queen, 2/2. It's going to be, I think, a lot of decks built around this, running red weenie cards. So when it dies, it does 1 damage to any target. That's key. That it's 1 damage to any target, not a creature player. Drill Bit. Spectacle, target player reveals hand, you choose a non-land card from it, and it's gone. Another Spellbreaker, I'll take that. That's our 3rd. Yeah, it's the first time I got him by himself. Come on there, okay. Come on. Mayhem, 4 mana for a 4/4, has a Spectacle of 3, so if you've already damaged the opponent, Flying Trample, at the beginning of your upkeep, Spawn of Mayhem deals 1 damage to each player. Then, if you have 10 or less life, put a 1/1 counter on Spawn of Mayhem. That's going to be pretty game-changing, because it has Trample and Flying. Here's that Ill-Gotten Inheritance I was talking about. It's going to start you off so that you have your Spectacle every turn. I would definitely run a couple of those. Class of Guild Pact. Multicolored creatures you control get +1/+1. Good. This is good. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. That is nice. I do like this too. Dagger Caster, 4 mana, 2/3. When it comes in the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and 1 damage to each creature that opponent controls. That will clear the board. Precognitive Perception, 5 mana, draw 3 cards. If this is on your main phase, you may scry 3, then draw 3 cards. That's very powerful. 5 mana. Really gonna let you cycle your deck. Another Drill Bit and a Code of Constraint, 3 mana, turn creatures -4/0 until end of turn, draw a card. It's during your main phase, tap the creature, doesn't attack next phase. Skewer the Critic's Spectacle, if you've done 1 damage, does 3 damage to any target. That is pretty epic. It's the old Lightning Bolt at sorcery speed if you've done a damage to the opponent that turn. Warrant and Warden. Put target attacking blocking creature on top of its own library, or create a 4/4 white-blue Sphinx token flying vigilance. Oh. 5 mana for a 4/4 flying vigilance. That's not too shabby. Come on. What's this guy do? Enters battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal the creature or land card among them and put it on top of your library. Put the rest in the bottom. Random order. Alright. Hallowed Foundation. Oh, Shockland. Alright. Ooh, here we go. 3 mana for a 2/3 flying and an Abduct. Nothing wrong with that guy. 2 more after this. Look. Code of Constraint again. Rally the Battle. I do really like this as a good combat trick. 4 mana. And creature you control get +1/+3 until end of turn. Untap them. So you could be all tapped out or just your main guys tapped out. Hit this and you're going to be able to defend really well.
Your loss will be a tragedy or comedy of errors.
Comes in with 3 loyalty counters until end of turn. When you play a creature, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Dovin. That can boost his loyalty pretty quick. -1, build a Thopter and gain a life. -7, I like this a lot. Look at the top 10 cards, and you may keep 3. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. That is going to cycle through your deck. What is this up here? Why is that flashing? I don't know. Oh. I guess we'll do that at the end. Oh, alright, gate breaker ramp. This is another thing that I was talking about with those gate decks. This is going to be, you're going to see these out there. Gets 1/1 for each gate you control. As long as you control 2 or more gates, it has vigilance and trample for 3. And if you have 2, oh my goodness, it's going to be a 4/4 for 3 that has trample and vigilance. Gross Spiral, that's ramping up Simic. Draw a card and put a land card from your hand into your battlefield for 2 mana. Bendonic Biomancer, 1 for 1/1, adapt 1. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on Biomancer, draw a card, then discard a card. I have not seen that played. That is awesome. Mortify. I did not pull this, but that is great. Destroy target creature enchantment. That can't go wrong. 3 mana. And another Absorb. Alright. Affectionate Indrake. Mission Briefing. Surveil 2. Gatekeeper. Another gate card. Unmoored Ego. Dawn of Hope. I do like that card. Play Crafter and Boros Challenger. Sock. I'll take a wild rare anytime. Beacon Bolt. Healer Sock. World Colossus. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play that. Huh. Risk Factor. Take that. So, a few things I hadn't seen before. I got this traditional draft entry token. That was for playing in the pre-sale tournament at the local game store. And then Bolt Progression. 104.7%. Contains 1 mythic rare wildcard, 2 wildcard, 3, and 1. Well, by golly, that was unexpected. That was epic. Look at that. Claim prize. That was cool. Alright guys, well thanks for joining me. I'll be making another video later in the week. And I hope you guys are loving Ravnica Allegiance. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you'll get notified when I make new videos. Thanks for joining me.